Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bizarre and the Unknown. Today we're going to be talking about the history of UFOs and how it goes way back in time. We're going to be mainly focusing on some cave paintings. There's stuff here that's 29,000 years old, 10,000 years old. A recent one just discovered, which is this one that was dated back 10,000 years ago. Oh, excuse me. How'd that hit me? Hey, Roger. Hey, Twisted. So we're going to be kind of looking at that. I mean, I've got some interesting coins to look at that's got UFOs on it from 1680, an Arabic structure made from 1479 of a rocket. So there's a lot of history with UFOs. I know it's the government's finally came out and started talking about it, and that's all well and good, but people need to realize this ain't nothing new. I mean, when we're looking at history and we're seeing all this stuff and how it's tied together with UFOs, then you start studying ancient Sumerian, talking about how the Anunnaki crossed the genes. Hey, Kevin, mixed their genes with the genes of the clay of the earth, which was the creatures of the earth to create humans as slaves. It's kind of hard to deny it when you got cave paintings showing aliens and UFOs. So I thought it'd be kind of an interesting subject to go over. So the first one I'm going to show is actually a very recent discovery. And this was discovered in Chateauguay, France, or Italy, I believe it was. No, sorry, India. That was in India. Let me get this up here and share it to you. Yep, there we go. So this is actually a latest discovery. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're recovering, Twisted. Still good to have you in here. I hope you get to better soon. Get some homemade chicken noodle soup in you. That will help. So this one was found in India. This is dated 10,000 years years ago when they drew this on this rock. And as you can see here, let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you, get more focused in. You can kind of see, here's the legs of the landing craft. Here's the craft itself. So you're seeing even this is fairly recent. 10,000 years in the eye of the cosmos it's just a drop in the hat. It's not even a drop in the bucket actually. So this was kind of cool, and I didn't get a chance to read a whole lot on this like I wanted to. I got busy with a bunch of other stuff. Oh, elderberry syrup. Yeah. Hey, Carl, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, that would elderberries. That sounds amazing. So I mean, I thought that was a cool one to put up for the first one. So I mean, we hey Roger. As we're seeing here, I mean, this is nothing new in the history of humankind. I mean, these things have been going around for hell before mankind. It's let me drop that down. Before mankind is known, if you study a lot of these ancient cultures and these ancient religions, they're talking about these things being here before even man was coming around. So I always thought that was interesting. This next one here, this was drawn on a cave wall 29,000 years ago. And this is actually, I'm trying to get this position before I pop it up. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like, subscribe, and share button, and let's build this amazing universe that we got going on called the Bizarre and the Unknown. Wait for this to pop up on the screen. So as you can see here, this is depicting two different types of UFOs. This was found in, I forgot. Tanzania. This was found in Tanzania, dated 29,000 years ago when this was put up on there. And there was actually another drawing right next to this that had the aliens that came from these spacecraft. But I'm kind of focusing on UFOs today, so I just kind of wanted to put this part up here. But it's amazing what you can see, and you can see this is kind of similar to what was typical, what we see all the time, and what we think of when it comes to, your classic UFO. Excuse me, classic UFO. Hey Don, how's it going? Um, next one, it comes from France. I can't remember when this was dated. I thought I had the date on here, and I'm trying to remember, and I forgot, but it's all right. I mean, we'll still share it. Do Bigfoot have long fingernails? Yeah, anyone ever mention that? Uh, I would say they probably do to a point. I wouldn't say it was like freakishly long, but probably fairly long. It also depends on how much digging they're doing. It could, like dogs do. They dig to cut their toenails down. But this one here was found in France. I'm not quite sure what the little dots under it was, but it's, once again, we're right back to that classic UFO shape. It's the saucer with the little dome on top. I thought I put the date in with this one and I didn't, so I apologize. Hey, William, take me to your leader. That's not my leader. It might be your leader. It's not my leader. Oh man, that's awesome. Um, but it's, once again, like I said, this was that classic shape. Um, I didn't read in the article, unless I overlooked it, why these little dots are underneath this one here. I don't know if they're representing fire or something. I'm not for sure, but still, I mean, this is still a cool pic. Like I said, this was found in France. This is another thing that was found in France, and this is a coin that was made in 1680, and it actually has a depiction of a UFO on it. But you can see right up here, once again, that classic, saucer shape UFO. And this was actually a coin in circulation that was created. That, I'd say you're probably barking up the right tree on that one, Roxanne. I'd say you're probably pretty accurate on that. That'd be a one hell of a guess. One hell of a guess. Yeah, I'd say you're probably pretty accurate on that. But this is something I didn't know. I didn't know France actually created a coin in circulation having a UFO on it. I mean, it was really cool. I'll see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you. Yeah, we was playing around with his Rumble today, Kyle. Trying to get everything figured out on his and mine, because we're going to be doing more stuff on Rumble. Oops, daggone it. So we seem to have figured quite a bit out. So we'll be learning more as we do. But I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I thought that was one hell of a good find. Really did. Yeah, I never knew that, Twisted. I never knew that. No worries, Carl. That's what we're here for. Not only do I help people learn stuff, but I learn from you guys as well. So, I mean, It's all about knowledge, But I'm not one of those that I'm stuck on one type of ordeal. I like everything, so that's why I kind of talk about just everything in general. I had fun. I had fun doing that. I like that name, William. I like that name. That's a pretty good name. Hey, Jessica. So the last one we're going to show today, this one was created in 1479 by the Arabics, and this is actually a space shuttle, and they had taken this. They call it a wooden rocket. It was something they created, but you can see how it points to the star. I mean, once again, this is something with space travel, and this was like I said back in 1400s. So this is nothing new in our world. Hey, Richard. Um, How to be super show, William. We'll be on Rumble. We're doing a lot on Rumble, Kyle. I'm going to start doing more of my current events as well on Rumble. We had one once we started getting things figured out. Uh, we started having a pretty banging show. I mean, it started popping on Rumble. We got in some really deep conversation today. But so I mean, you're seeing all different time frames from 29,000 years ago all the way up to 1600s, and they're still. I mean, they're putting this stuff on coins. They're making replicas of the stuff they saw. And that's why I want to. That's what kind of one of the things I want to hit on tonight is how this has been a huge part of our history. I mean, extremely huge part. And that, like I said, that's not talking about ancient religions, ancient cultures. Talk about how we come from the gods. Every culture around the world, most of them will tell you that we come from the stars. Um, Jessica says in 1561 there was a big celestial event like Star Wars in the sky. I think I remember hearing something about that. Hey, David. I think I remember hearing something about that. Um, Real quick, Twisted. If you go to Rumble, type in Nighthawk High Strangeness, and you'll find him on there. Where mine is the Bizarre and the Unknown. So if you're looking for either his or mine, it'll be on there. I got to be the investigating interviewer, girl. Yeah, you did. You had some pretty good questions, and Robin really shocked me this morning. She is pretty on point with that information I was putting out there. She really was. I was extremely impressed. I mean, we had a pretty good little viewing for our first time being on Rumble together. Um, but she is pretty knowledgeable on the stuff that I was talking about this morning. Really knowledgeable about the stuff I was talking about this morning. I was impressed. Let me try to go. You're not going to let me do it that way, are you? You're going to be a pain in the butt. I'll try to get you a more accurate address here in just a. Oh, thank you, William. Never mind. William's on the ball. Look at that man. I was trying to get it up and it pulled up my Rumble studio instead of my actual Rumble. So, yeah, and that's another way, Ray. Yeah, you can watch it from Twitch. Exactly. That's another way. We did find out that you can't, for some reason, like even here on Talk Studio, I can't see comments from the Facebook side, which really sucks. Well, it's been the same way on Rumble. We could see the Twitch comments, we could see the Rumble comments, but we couldn't see the Facebook comments. And I've noticed I'm having that same issue here with Talk Studio. So I don't know if it's something new that Facebook's done and they're long, because I used to be able to see that stuff on here. Now I can't. Like my shows go live whenever I'm on Talk Studio. My shows go live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So I'm kind of kicking around like, do I want to continue putting anything on Facebook if they're not going to allow the viewers to comment? That's kind of crappy, and that's kind of where I'm at on this right now. I've been kicking that around a lot today. But if you go to Twitch to look up William, it's the same thing. Nighthawk, High Strangeness, and mine's the same thing, the Bizarre and the Unknown, which I believe mine might be in here. Let me scroll back. Yes, mine is in here. So my phenomenal moderator Roxanne, and she's got all my platforms put up here that I'm a part. Well, most of them. I think I'm missing maybe one. I'm missing two that I'm on that's not on here. But down here at Rumble, it's got my Rumble down there, and it's got my my Twitch along with my other stuff. This is set up so you can actually go into where she put the comment up and click on them. It should take you directly to my stuff as well. I probably ought to get something made for William like that as well. Yeah. I mean, we had some fun once we started figuring things out and actually got into the actual show. I mean, we went 2.5 hours today. Granted, part of it was trying to figure it out, but we went 2.5 hours a day. We got in some deep stuff, but I started feeling wonky. William was having some issues we had to get off of. It sucked because, I mean, it was a great conversation we was having, but I'm hypoglycemic, and I thought I'd be okay for a while off a bowl of cereal. So I didn't eat no protein this morning, and I started feeling wonky. So I had to cut off. I didn't even get a chance to talk to him backstage like I normally do. I had to go. Once I get that point, I'm not far from passing out, probably not waking up again. So I went in there and heated up the last two. Hey, Dario, the last two of the jalapeno cheddar brats that I had to get some protein in me. I got to realize I gotta have protein in me and quit trying to cheat like I normally try to do. But there's a lot more pictures, and I don't want to flood the show on pictures. So I'm kind of wanting to see what you guys pick your guys' brain on what you think, or answer any questions when it comes to history and comes to UFOs. Like I said earlier, it stems from the beginning of time. You can trace humanity's stuff all the way back to the beginning, and you're going to find it. Yeah. I didn't know if I should say that because it's kind of a sin for you to run out of coffee, bro. Yeah, he did. He ran out of coffee. I was like, oh, good Lord, we ran out. Well, that's cool, Richard. Do you know? Because the one I had was the one from France that I had up, and it was from 1649? 1680. It was from 1680, and it came from France. So it was a coin that was in circulation in France. So, I mean, this is type of stuff, you're going to find this stuff in paintings. You're going to find this stuff in literature. You're going to find this stuff in stories. You're going to find this stuff in cave paintings. You're going to find this stuff carved in stone. You're going to find this stuff in books and on coins. This is nothing new. UFO accent painting that goes back to like 6,000 BC. Yeah, there is a ton. Even, and this, a lot of people don't realize this, there's even pictures with Jesus and even pictures of Mother Mary and UFOs being in the sky. I mean, these pictures, they're in a lot, especially from the the Middle Ages, the time frame is where you're going to see a lot of them from. I have the same problem, need protein, or I get to a point of feeling like, yeah, that's where I was. That's where I was this morning. As soon as we were done, I exited out. I felt bad to do that to my bro, but I was like, I need to get some protein, or I'll be done. Coffee's always good, Larry. Ray. Coffee's always good. Yeah, that's true. You got it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's in a lot of these pictures that I showed here of cave paintings had the aliens with them. Today we're kind of focusing on the UFOs. You know how the government's always telling you we don't have UFOs, and even though they're finally coming out and talk about it, they're talking about it, but they're not talking about it. It's a soft exposure. Is exactly what's going on right now, and so that's why I kind of want to do this, because we can look back in our history and find this stuff that's there. They saw it. They painted what they saw. In old books like garage sales and thrift stores, you would be surprised what you can find. Yeah, I mean, Twisted. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, David. They drawed and referenced what they saw. Um, yeah, I mean, and that because that was people forget. Our ancestors, is there proof they had some technology? Absolutely, there's proof they had technology. They had proof of machinery. They had plumbing. They had electricity. They had all this type of stuff. Well, there's tons and tons and tons of archaeological evidence showing that they had this stuff. They had a wheel in Egypt that was diamond grade that they used to cut stones. I mean, that's a tool. That's a machine, and it ran off electricity. The Great Pyramid of Giza is just recently been discovered. It was actually a power producing plant. So they had this stuff, and there's evidence they're finding now in archaeological digs. They literally had working lights. So yeah, it's not fun, Ray. It's fun. So I mean, all this stuff is here. Yeah, UFO disclosed from outer space. Yeah, yeah. And what they're doing is soft exposure. They're saying yeah, but they're saying no. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal on which way you believe. Oh, there ain't none there, and there's some. Now a lot of people will tell you that there can't be outer space aliens. There can only be inner space. I think they're both. I'm the type of guy I believe there's both of them. When I get to feeling better, I'll try to send you and William some of my some stuff you might can do on the show. Oh, perfect. That sounds great, Twisted. Um, but I believe there's actually both, because there's plenty of stories from our history talking about how they came from the stars and showing you what star systems they came from. So if they actually came from a star systems, that would mean there was outer space aliens. Could there still be some remnants here? Um, like a base of operations. That could be where you have your interplanetary, or your aliens that's still here on the planet. Did you hear about the underground city under the pyramid and the Sphinx? I knew about the Sphinx, William. I didn't know about the pyramid. Oh no. Yeah, they did say the pyramid too. I remember the Sphinx part, but I forgot about the pyramid. Yeah. And the Sphinx, there's a lot more to the Sphinx than people understand. Oops, sorry, hit the wrong one. I can't believe they now say UAP versus UFO. What the hell is the difference? So beings, they don't want to actually admit about unidentified flying objects, UFOs. They're now changing it to UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. It's that soft exposure. It's yes, there's something, but no, there's not something. It's this. It's all the mind trick, and that's all they want to do is play mind tricks. No, no, Ray, we're not alone. Yeah, I need to do some more on that as well. Edgar, what do you mean by Edgar Casey said there was, Kyle? You talking about the city underneath the pyramid and the Sphinx? Yeah, we'll have to get twisted on there sometime. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Um, but I'm a firm believer, and this is nobody's got to follow my beliefs. These are strictly my beliefs. I'm a firm believer that, like we have bases in other countries, they have bases on other planets. And the Hall of Records, yeah, yeah, and the book, the presidential book too. I'm kind of interested in that dang thing, the book of the presidents or whatever. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. You can do it. Um, but yeah, so I mean, we Egypt's a prime example. There's so many things in the Egypt's culture that's got UFO ties to it. I mean, there's symbols, there's drawings. Ancient Samaria, of course, we all know about that because they Anunnaki. I mean, the Book of Enoch even talks about being getting put on a ship, and if you actually study what it says, it's a damn spaceship being taken above and seeing the Earth and how it was brown, it's sapphire like. The Quran, when Muhammad was taken up, same thing. Um, your Asians, I mean, all different kinds of all different types of your Asian cultures have that as well. Tons of Native American tribes talk about it. Aborigines talk about it. I mean, there's cultures, that's far older than the United States by thousands and tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. Thank you, Twisted. Um, that will talk about UFOs and aliens, and this is why ever since I was young and I started digging into UFOs, I started realizing there's a lot of credibility here. If our ancestors are talking about this, there has to be something to this. And it's like I say with cryptids, and what I talk about cryptids and paranormal and supernatural, which this very well could be in the class of supernatural when you're dealing with UFOs and aliens. Um, um, who remembers a TV show called Red Dwarf? A guy who played Dave Lester has a TV show on Alien Nation. He showed videos from the U.S. Navy, both Atlantic, Ocean, and Pacific. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. Another one, Mesoamerica. Yes, Roxanne, Mesoamerica. They all talk about this. They all talk about how they came from the stars. They're talking about how if they didn't come from the stars, their gods come from the stars. If you actually study, and that's what they all talk about. And there's actually several ancient cultures that talk about gene splicing, taking the genes of the gods and mixing it with the life forms here on this planet to create humans. There's plenty of those that's out there as well. Come on, Twist. It'll be fun. Don't make me get the fairy fart dust out. Oh, man. I may still have to make the commercial. I meant to make a commercial today and I forgot to do it. Let me find a video clip. And this is something this is not on the ancient side of it. My God, where did it go? Okay. So this is not going to be on the historical side on it, but this is something that I want to kind of discuss because this has got there's two sides to this right here. If I can get it to pop up, we'll be doing great. Now, this very well could be hard evidence. This very well could be. At the same time, we know that alphabet soup places like to put out disinformation, and there's scuttlebutt coming out how this is disinformation. I mean, this is stuff I've recently started hearing. I can't really tell you, but it's kind of interesting, and that's why I was like, I need to kind of look at this. Oh no, not the dust! Laugh out loud. My vacuum is broken. Twisted. I think you could keep both of them in line. I don't know. William's kind of ornery. Let me get this video put up here.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. The whole thing, dude. That's not LNS, though, is it? It's not. It is LNS, man. Well, if there's another thing, it's rotating.
For all you fact checkers on YouTube, that is for entertainment purposes only. And as you can see, that was from ABC, so it's a legitimate video. Yeah, I mean, you're right, William. So, I mean, what do you guys think on that? Do you think that's an actual legitimate UFO and United States Air Force video of them chasing UFO? Or do you think what's the more recent thing that's coming out? And it is a hoax put on by the alphabet soup. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I mean, there's several videos like this, Ray. There really is. There's several of these videos. Yeah, Navy. It was a Navy aircraft. Aliens are trying to are telling each other roll your windows up, and crazier things are coming. Yeah, it's from an aircraft. It was from a fighter jet. It was a fighter jet chasing them down. This was from the Air Force. It could be. I mean, and we know they're doing reverse technology. So, I mean, this very well could be one of those. And this is where the whole alphabet soup plays into it, Richard. And they're trying to put out disinformation for anybody who's trying to research that. Yeah. It was kind of odd shape there. I don't want to play it too many times. Hey, Uncut. I don't want to play it too many times because I am live on YouTube. Even though this is a legitimate video from a legitimate news company, they get kind of frosty on that. But it was very similar to the shapes that we were showing earlier, from the cave paintings. Let me I think I could pop this up without actually playing it and be okay. I'll just do the so you can kind of see how it's somewhat flat. This is more of your teardrop style. I don't know if I can. No, I can't zoom in on it. One of the big wigs at the aerospace company said we can take them home. Forget name. One of the big wigs at an aerospace company said we can take them home. Forget name. Well, I think if I missed something, Richard, what do you getting on that one, buddy? What if the Black Knight satellite is a holographic projector? I mean, it could be. I mean, I can't say no. I can't say yes. I mean, it's hard to say. We just don't have enough information. It kind of does. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Uncut. This one here is. I mean, it's very similar to the classic saucer shape, but this is more of your teardrop style. that this was legitimately from a fighter jet. U.S. Navy. Yep, U.S. Navy. Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, either way you look at it, but I mean, we're seeing this stuff, and this was recent. This was from. Oh, I don't actually have the date on it. I thought I had the date on this. No, I don't actually have the date. I mean, this is a recent one. So when you're so the Black Knight satellite, that's that thing that you remember when we had Lexus say it was an asteroid. It's supposedly a basically like an alien probe or a spied thing, or sets out holographic projections. There's many different theories on what it is. That one looked like the top, yeah. Supposed to be a satellite, but not sure if it's legit. Yeah, and that's the thing. We just don't know enough. It's the forward camera on the Raptor fighter jet. Yeah. But if you take a look at that, let me get back into my pictures here. And you take a look at this one from NIAX France, NIAUX France. It is very similar to this one here, as far as the shape. Both fighter jets couldn't keep up. 2019, thank you, Ray. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, both of them couldn't keep up. I mean, that thing was doing, what did they say, 164 knots against the wind, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was detected in the 50. It's been, they don't even know how long this thing has been orbiting, but there's just not enough information. Could it be a satellite? Yes. Could it be a probe? Yes. Could it be a holographic projector? Yes. Could it be just an actual asteroid? Yes. If I remember right, I don't know if Jessica's still in the chat or not. I think she said she remote viewed it one time. And I can't remember the results. But if you can see here, this is very similar to the shape of that aircraft. So are we looking at something that was, found, that was painted on the cave walls years and years and years and years ago? Or are we looking at something that was, and we're still seeing it now? Or are we looking at something different? I mean, we know from just studying history alone, there's different types of spacecraft. If you study India and its history, a lot of their building is shaped on the aircraft that they said that their gods were coming down upon. You hear about the wars in the heavens that burnt the grounds and everything. Sounds like nuclear weapons, how the gods were fighting each other and stuff like that. There's so many of their stuff that's shaped like the aircraft that they're the UFOs that they're gods were using to come down on. Now, they could have a dozen of the Black Knight satellites in the vast space. They could. I mean, absolutely. Dozens, thousands, millions. You never know. It's hard to say. It really is. The 2019 video, spherical shape flying over the ocean. Yeah, the Tic Tac, as seen through an infrared camera at night. Yeah, I'm looking. That's another. I mean, Tic Tacs are another one. Cigar shapes, pyramid styles. I mean, so many different styles of UFOs we're finding. And what's funny is if you look at the history and you look what our ancestors were painting and drawing and etching, you're going to see the exact same shapes even back then that we're seeing to this day now. I mean, we're still seeing them to this day. And that's why I'm a firm believer that even with their soft exposure that they're doing, there's a lot more to it than that. The first time I think it was USS Nimitz Carrier 2014. Second time it shows it off the Atlantic coast. It was traveling high altitude, and then it was above the ocean surface and went into the sea. Yeah, that's a fun one. That is a fun one. Yeah, Tic Tac was filmed from a F-14 Tomcat. Yeah, and there's so many of these. There is so many of these things that's out there, and they're just slowly releasing videos from for a long time. And if you was a pilot of any kind, civilian or military, and you talked about these things, you lost your pilot license. You were considered a loony bin. I mean, you lost all that type of stuff. So they was kept quiet. Well, now they're starting to release this, and the pilots go, "You took my job away, or you took my career away, or this and that," and you're starting. It's retarded. Makes a person wonder how many species are out there. Exactly, and that's a good point. And I may have to do a show about aliens in the future, but yeah, you're 100% right. There is just this comment alone will tie into so many cultures, gods or God. Would explain so much. If you look at them, all the cultures, their gods are so different than one another. So could that be from having different types of species of aliens that's out there? Absolutely. That's kind of where I lean at on it right now. You got your Nordics, your Greys, your reptilians, your mantis, your small Greys, tall Greys. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. There's so many different types, man. And then you look at all the gods from the ancient cultures. I mean, the Hindus alone, look at the different shapes of their stuff. I mean, it's all there. My brother saw a sphere. It was light, blue, white, blinding. It looked at a too long, no sound, about 25 yards in size. Wow, uncut. That's cool. Honestly, I really think it is a secret technology they use to test against regular military. And that's possible. And I've seen plenty of videos. The R word. Kyle, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I mean, it's so many of the stuff out there. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked on what Kyle was saying. I can't figure it out. Craig even asked on his show how long was the video actually. The former Navy pilot said we watched over 10 minutes. If that's the same one, yes, but there's so many of them out there. I don't know 100%. In a good movie, if we were the only ones in the universe, that would be a waste of space. And that's something that I've said for years. I've said that for years. Yes. Sounds like what we have in Washington, different types. Exactly. There's restarted, reptilian, restarted. I don't remember saying restarted. Okay. Insectoids, Greys, tall, whites, mantis, and Nordics, and more. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many of them, William. Oh. I'll try not to. There's so many of them out there. We don't even know how it is. We really don't. It's just we can't even fathom. I guarantee you, I'm a firm believer. We can't even fathom all the different life forms that's out there. I'll try, Kyle. I can't make no promises, but I'll try, bud, to to me, I know the definition of that word, so don't bother me. But I get it, you know. It's kind of like I don't like the word pagan, but I have to say it because that's what people associate things with. I get it. I'll try not to, but I can't promise everything. Yeah, yeah. But there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out, a lot more than what we already know now that will be coming out here soon. You know, it's we're going to be amazed, but I love this type of stuff. You know, um, Mesoamerica. I can't remember if it's I believe it's the Aztec to still do the star dance to this day, and it's where they're tied off to some ropes and they go to the top of this pole. They literally spend all day spinning and slowly coming down. And it talks about how their gods ascended to the earth, and this is what this dance, this air dance represents, is their gods ascending to the earth. Beings that look like cousin or Chewbacca are reported. Yeah. I've seen grays and reptilians on CC video and captured years. Wow. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I've seen enough of the videos too. You know, that's why. So one of the leading theories out there is your small grays are like drones. Um, you know, one part will say they're drones, one part say they're slaves used to do the work of so and so. You got a small group says they're like they're a suit, blah blah blah, and their main goal is so they can do all the experimentation on the people they capture. I don't know, man. I don't know. It sounds like pole dancing. It's actually Dawn. If you get a chance, what is that dang dance called? Let me see if I can look it up real quick. It is awesome. Yeah, reptilians are. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that, William. Absolutely. Yes, they were the first. They were here first, from what I've heard. Yeah. Um, Let me get in here and take a look at this real quick. I think it's the sky dance, but I could be wrong. Yes. Danza de los Valdoros. I wonder if I can actually pull a video of that up. Let me put this in the chat real quick. Some grays are living as well. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like ET, the extraterrestrial. Yeah, I mean, as far as them being a drone or a android or a clone that's used to do the dirty work, I don't know. I can't say it's not possible. I don't know yet. I'm just not on that fence yet. Now, the ones I've seen were about 4 foot tall, telepathic, communicate. They use, yeah. I mean, and that is the most common report on them, Ray. Absolutely. Eric, my cat is looking at me like he's planning on ambushing or something. Dude, little terror probably is. That little terror probably is uncut, man. I guarantee you. My brother's a Green Beret, Special Forces. He encountered reptilian type creatures at Desert Storm. I've heard that. I've never myself have or seen them when I've been in that big kitty litter box, but I've heard plenty of stories about it. I lived with my family that were abducted. I was in home care taker, had my run in. Oh wow. Let me see if I can find this video. Give me a second. Let me switch over to YouTube. Now that I got the name of the dance, and I'll show you guys kind of what it is. And this whole purposes of this dance is how their gods ascended to Earth. Let's see if I can find kind of a down and dirty short video of it. I can do this one. I just won't play the whole thing.
Mariano, ¿esto qué es aquí en el malecón?
Estos son los voladores de Papantla.
Voladores de Papantla.
Papantla.
Papantla. ¿Y qué hacen ahí subidos?
Pues se hace una danza, es una danza prehispánica, ¿no? Es que simulan lo que es simplemente atados de...
Y el de arriba, ahí
Yo,
sí, ¿eh?
Son como 20 metros, ¿eh?
A ver. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, mira! Y se van descolgando. Y el de arriba, ahí sigue, ¿eh?
Hola amigos, buenas tardes.
Hola.
Les agradece con alguna propina, mis amigos.
So I mean, that thing is really cool. And that's that dance. Twisted, we have reptilians just located south of me and Tracy. Oh wow. From what I understand, they're all over the place. Yeah, Twisted. From what I understanding, they are. I mean, it's a really, really cool thing to watch, Don. It really is. You wouldn't think so, but if you know the history and the story behind that dance, it's beautiful. Bodicone. What in the world are they doing? It's that dance, uncut, representing the gods descending upon the earth to create life. If I remember right, is it to create life or start life or how they were transported? I can't remember off the top of my head. I have not watched this in about 20 years. Or if that's how they became existed on this planet. Either way, it deals for coming from space to Earth. I mean, this type of practice and this type of dance to this day still goes on. It still goes on to this day. And then I put it up in here what that dance is called. So if you get a chance, man, I mean, this is a short video and I only played part of it. Look that up. Look that up. Get a chance, watch it, study it. It's amazing. I mean, it is a really, really beautiful thing once you get to know the history behind it. Another podcast Rumble channel, Reptilians Among Us. I come here to chew bubble gum and whoop ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Before I moved to Minnesota to Wisconsin, reptilian I caught on cam was during my trip upstate Minnesota fishing trip. Holy crap, Ray! Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them, Roxanne. But I mean, this showing here, this practice is thousands of years old, and it's a practice dealing with UFOs. Beings coming from outer space. Like I said, I can't remember 100% if it's how they came to this earth or it's how their gods came to this earth and started life. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like I said, I've not looked into this in over 20 years. So I've just got vague memories of it, but it's beautiful. There's a man living in a swamp area, believe Honey Island, Louisiana. You can only get to him by boat, and he has seen the reptilian and hears them mostly. Actually, I don't think I still have it on. I might still have it. I actually got a video of a reptilian coming out of the Star People. Yeah, I got the Star People. I might still have a video of a reptilian coming out of the swamp in Louisiana. I got to get it to Rumble before I forget these new shows. Let me see if I may still have that video. I'm not 100% sure that I do. Oh, that was Screams in Texas. Devilish Screams in Texas. Poltergeist. Gin. Okay, so it's not in there. Let me see if it's in here somewhere. Let's see, this is Aliens, so that's not it. Reptilians. And you're not loading up, but none of them are video. So that video may be on my external hard drive. I'm not seeing it in my deal. So it may be on my external hard drive, so I won't be able to play it. William, my brother was stationed in Istanbul, Turkey. He said it's a nest of reptilians all the way to Israel. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're almost at the top of the hour. Okay. Give me a second. Let me get caught up. Hey, kids, what time is it? It's coffee time. Top of the hour. Give me 1 second, Roxanne. Let me get caught up here real quick, and we'll do the Dark Angel Medical. He has said the hub was under Jerusalem. That the tunnels they will clean out last. Wow, Eric, I saw a video earlier today of the Boggy Creek monster. I didn't know it was an arco. Yeah, yep. And I'm a firm believer the Boggy Creek monster is a freaking gugly. Many people here in Louisiana see many things, but they can't get them to talk much. Yeah, but they are aware of many cryptids. Yeah, Carl. I mean, yeah, and it's not just in Louisiana. That's the way it is in a lot of places. So let's be at the top of the hour. Let's get Dark Angel Medical. If you're looking for the best trauma kit and first aid kit on the market, Dark Angel Medical is the only place you want to go. Currently, you can use Cryptid20 for 20% off. That's DA Roberts code. They are FSA and HSA accepted, so you can use those to buy your kits. If you want to learn how to use their kits, you can go to YouTube and look up Dark Angel Medical, or you can go to Instagram and look up Dark Angel Medical. And Carrie Pocket Doc Davis has videos on how to use his kits. I keep them. I've got 2 of them. They are the absolute best. They do have a payment program if you don't have the cash to pay for them outright. But you're going to pay a little bit of money, and they are kit for life. But they are absolutely the very best kits I've ever used and ever owned. That's why I've got 2 of them. As soon as I can, I'll be getting 3 of them. If you use the kit to save a life and you send it to to Doc, he replaces what you used in a kit for 100% free. So if you get a chance, go over to Dark Angel Medical and get up some of his kits. You will not be disappointed. Oh, you lucky dog. Refreshing my wine. No kidding. I want a glass too, Roxanne. Swank. Pouring you one now. I'm trying to see if I can find that video on YouTube of that reptilian coming out of the swamp. I'm not having any luck finding it. I watched this thing about a year ago, and it's got to be on my external hard drive. External hard drive. Let me type in something different here. But the dude goes to go fishing, and it's nighttime, and he hears a strange noise coming from the swamp, and he shines his light, and he sees something. He watches it for a while. Sweet, Roxanne, thank you. So he watches it for a while, then it dawns on him, hey, I need to record this. So he pulls out his phone and records this, and he captures the last few minutes of it, and the thing looked like a legitimate reptilian coming out of the swamp. I'm having a hard time finding it right now. Red wine makes me feel good. Red wine, just the way it should. Where is that daggone video? It kind of sucks I can't pull it up now. I got to try to find it, see if I can play it again. You got to word this thing just right in this thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Jessica. It's cool. I hope to God it's on my external. I really hope it's on my external. But if I can find, ooh, that's a big ass webbed hand coming out of the water. If I can find the video on, it's probably one of the most credible videos that I've seen so far. And I'm not going to sit here and say this is actually a reptilian coming out of the water, or lizard man, whatever you want to call him, coming out of the water. This is actually one of the best videos I ever caught that makes me think this is very well possibly could be. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I will have to dig around and try to, let me see. I think I found it around one of the first times I was on a show with Jesus Pay on. So to see if it's in his file. No, it's not in that one. I will have to do some digging around, see if I can't find it somehow. I'm not finding it. But yeah, if I can, I'll try to put it out on my YouTube. Well, my YouTube and my other platforms, if I can find it again. I hope I didn't lose it. That would piss me off if I lost it. I lost so much stuff when my laptop crashed. I'm so mad. I am so mad I've lost that stuff when that thing crashed. It's giving me everything on here but what I'm actually looking for. It's so stupid. Oh, well. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping I'd be able to pull it up real quick. Oh, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Twisted. 2006 at 10 p.m., my dad and I were out fishing for walleye when a large object went across the sky heading south to north. It was a total clear night. Night stars were being blocked out. Then minutes later, fighter jets arrived. Oh, and I hear that quite often, Ray. I'm not like all the time, but it's actually not that uncommon to hear. Smash that heart too. Beat the algorithm. Thank you, Twisted. Thank you. Wait a minute. I am a reptilian. Laugh out loud. Showed my scaly feet on Facebook. You did, didn't you? Have you seen the video about the report of the frog people? A guy had, I think it was in Michigan. They were about 3 feet tall, close to the lake shore on the road. I've heard about them, but I've not seen the video uncut. But I have heard about them. I've not studied much on the frog people yet. It's probably one of them I need to. I just haven't done it yet. I think everyone in the world could have seen a UFO at this. Oh yeah, I mean I see them. I see them out here often on clear nights. I see them quite a bit. Was in junior high school. Me and my mom saw 2 silver discs flying. Yeah, I've seen cigar shapes. The most common one that I see nowadays. I mean, most of my life, most of the common ones, they're balls of light that I've seen. They're not. You can call them an orb, but they're not an orb. I mean, they're actually UFOs that dance across the sky. They take up, make different shapes in the sky. Most of the ones I've seen has been that there. But I have seen a cigar shaped once, and I'm pretty sure I'm not 100. I can't say 100% that I have, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a saucer once. William, I hear you can make a lot of money showing your feet on TikTok. Yeah, my daughter keeps telling me I need to sell my feet pictures to make some extra money. I think it's on, what is it, OnlyFans or something. I can't remember what she told me. Some kind of platform. People buy feet pics or something. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not me. But yeah, I'll that just aggravates me. I can't find that. You figured that would pop up pretty quick on there. Was on Portage Lake, not far from Leech Lake, middle of the Leech Lake Indian Territory. Oh man. Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean, there's like I've brought people that said they didn't believe in UFOs, and I brought them out here, which I live way out in the boonies. I mean, I don't have light pollution where I'm at. You go till you hear banjos, you keep going till you stop hearing banjos, and you get close to my house. So I mean, I live out here, and I've had people said they didn't believe in UFOs, and we get there talking, I'll look up and I'll say, watch right there. And they'll watch, and all of a sudden their eyes will get big because they're watching this thing just do these weird moves. This ball of light do this weird moves way the hell up there. Like, that's not a plane or a satellite. I think I've seen 1 or 2, only they were far away and I couldn't make out much detail. I didn't keep paying attention to them. The one my brother saw was close to him. Oh, wow. Uncut. That is cool. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you, bro. My daughter tells me all the time, I need to sell my feet to make money. People buy pictures of people's feet. I'm like, I don't think they want to see my freaking nasty ass eagle talon type lion / alligator / God knows whatever else freaking weird feet that I got. William, when I saw your foot pic, I thought those are small round toes. Thought it was a child's foot till I saw your name. What are you trying to say, Roxanne? Gator feet. Oh my gosh, man. But so, I mean, it's like I said. I mean, this is stuff we've seen in history, and we're seeing them to today. I mean, look how many people of you guys in here has talked about seeing UFOs too. I mean, it's nothing new. Hey, Casey. All right, well, be safe, bro. Be safe out there. Good to see you in here, man. And more important that you arrive alive than it is to watch my fluffy butt on this thing here. Oh my God, I apologize. I thought I had that on vibrate. If you can listen to us so you can arrive alive, that'd be better. It's all the rage these days. I just can't get into it, man. I just can't. I'm a size 12 to 13 shoe size. Is that kitty size or adult size, William? Just curiosity, kitty size or adult size? Yeah. Maybe I can draw like a little UFO landing on my foot and sell the pictures that way. This is a historical archaeological dig that I found of a picture of a UFO landing. It sounded like a pixie just waved her wand at you. We either saw a dog man or a wolf the size of a pony. Yeah, I mean, some of them get fluffy size. Some of them get pretty big, buddy. I mean, they can, hit that like, subscribe, and share button, folks. Let's build this amazing universe that we're in. Heck yeah. Yeah, UFO mummy foot. There we go, Richard. Make us a UFO mummy foot. I knew that was all the UFO ones I had. So that reptilian that I was talking about, that I was watching in that video come out of the swamp, I've actually got a picture of what it kind of looks like. This is what it kind of looked like coming out of that swamp. Gator man foot. Hell yeah. And it's weird. Like I said, it was one of the most incredible videos I saw. Like I said, I can't say 100% for sure that it is a reptilian or a lizard man coming out, but it's pretty dang convincing. Yes, I am, and it was a great hanging out with you and your wife. Heck yeah, man! I'm glad you guys made it home safe. Turtle man foot, yeah. Yeah, and that's what's cool. Uncut. That was what's cool. I will try to find that video and get it for you guys. I'll work on that. Of course, this thing wants to act up. Trying to get something prepped. My computer's lagging a little bit. Oh man. Daggone flies. Reminds me of one in the sci-fi, movie. That's what was weird about it, Roxanne. It really was. And you see the reflection from the eyes. I mean, it was really cool. They will hurt you, especially the black ones. Hmm. Oh, am I? Cool. Cool. 466. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. To all my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. Let's build this thing and make it a great place to be. That's awesome. I haven't looked lately, so I think I was at 260 or 462 when I last looked. It could, but they have mouths, and there's plenty of reports of them being able to speak, although it's kind of hard to make it out. It's hard to say. They might be able to, though. Yeah. Yeah, the eyes. Yeah. I'd say they probably do have that ability. I don't know for sure. Hey, Robin, we were just talking about you earlier. But I'd say that it's a good possibility that they could. V for Vendetta. On the way nicely. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, what was I at yesterday? 436, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. One of you guys told me and I forgot. 435, 432. I can't remember. I think you told me yesterday, but I can't remember, Dawn. I appreciate it. I looked once this morning because I came across it because I was answering some messages on my videos, and I came across it, and it was at this morning. It was at 462. I just haven't looked since. The Lucretia files covered a reptilian. Tells us about them. I'll have to look into that. Lucretia files. Oh, cool. That sounds familiar, Richard. Lucretia files. That sounds familiar. Oh, 430. Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere around in there. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to start calling you my count man. You're on the ball. You're on the ball better than I am, buddy. Yeah, you know what's funny is talk about old sci-fi shows. The reptilians in Star Wars. It is awful funny how so many of these reports of people seeing reptilians look like those reptilians from Star Wars. La Crita. When I think of reptilians, I'm always reminded of the TV show The Land. If the Land of the Lost, yeah. What I watched when I was, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's awesome. 19 people on 15 likes. Come on, y'all, help out to beat the algorithm. Hell, thank you, Twisted. Y'all are amazing. I have some of the best subscribers in the world. I am truly blessed by every single one of you guys. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I forgot about the Land of the Lost. Yeah, you bring up a very good point on that. I've forgotten about that, actually. Oh, crap. I forgot I had pulled that up. Shrink that down. Actually, when I did my Vangerian, no, I'm sorry. My Enhar Jar Book 1 Emergence sci-fi book, I created, the main basis was a reptilian race and a rock humanoid race. And this was a photo that I created that is on the book cover that it's based off of. Is that there? I went with that style there of the reptilians. And because I wanted to try to keep it as authentic as possible when I created that. What made me mad was this exoskeleton that's in this picture here was a exoskeleton that the Marine Corps was working on. And when I originally wrote this book, a long time ago. Started writing it. I wrote the armor based off of that. And what sucks is I didn't have it published. And then a few years later, they came out with the game Halo. The suit in Halo is a very good representation of the exoskeleton suit that the Marine Corps was working on. So I was like so mad at myself because I was like, dude, that was my idea, and you all just stole that thing. But I wanted to keep to the reptilian aspect of it as close as possible. I want a sleeve stack custom for costume for Halloween. But that's why I went that route with them. I wanted to keep the suit as close to as accurate as I originally wrote that book so long ago. And then, but I had to change it up a little bit. Can't remember if I'd done any other reptilian style stuff, but that was just artwork that I created. I mean, here's another. This is artwork that I created as well. I think this is on my merch stuff, but I mean, I like this type of stuff. I wanted to keep the classic saucer type UFO stuff with it. Give a kind of a twist to the Greys. You know, there's counters hearing about how evil and malevolent they are, so that's why I went with this style on this artwork here. I try to keep things as accurate as possible. I can't because I'm not on YouTube, so I can't, but the others might be able to. Twisted. Cool. Yeah, KC says it can. Okay, cool. Yeah. I've still got my demon mask that I like to wear. I've scared so many kids with that mask. It's cool. I used to stand outside my house perfectly still, and I'd have this big old bone sigh, and I'd sit like a statue, and I'd wait till people came up to take pictures at me, and then I'd put my arms around them and scare the holy living crap out of them. I'm trying to see if I can find something, some more on this, on these UFOs. I thought I had some more stuff in here besides what I gathered up, but it may be on my external, and that's why I'm having a hard time finding it. Oh! I know what I want to look up. I wanted to prove something. It's a picture I forgot to look up earlier, and I'll show you what I was talking about. How over in India, a lot of their structures were based off of the UFO setup. And man, that thing loaded up, and it really bogged me down. So I could pop one up to show you real quick. Crash landing in Washington, D.C. update.
I believe Indiana as well. There's an individual who, in the Washington, D.C. area, heard something, but he also encountered a very heavy police presence. Now I'm going to go ahead and play his video, but something else interesting also occurred that involves the Washington, D.C. alerts, and I'm going to go ahead and show that after I play this gentleman's video, and I'm going to go ahead and play that video now. Shh. It's early in the morning on the U.S. Capitol grounds. And man, security and law enforcement is everywhere. Walk with me. Look at this. What is going on? Have you ever seen something like this? The Capitol no police?
This came out an hour ago.
Man,
Everywhere, what's going on? And it's quiet, as if they're waiting for something, expecting something, preparing for something. Look over here. Let's walk over here. Come on, come on. Let's walk over here.
Okay, give me a second here. I'll have to pop that up on my other screen. Good night, Casey. Thanks for coming in, buddy. 440. Okay. 444 this morning. Interesting numbers. 444. I'm trying to get set up. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not sure that's A10.
I have been staying up to date on this crash landing that occurred in both Washington, D.C., North Carolina, and I do believe Indiana as well. There's an individual who, in the Washington, D.C. area, heard something, but he also encountered a very heavy police presence. Now I'm going to go ahead and play his video, but something else interesting also occurred that involves the Washington, D.C. alerts. And I'm going to go ahead and show that after I play this gentleman's video, and I'm going to go ahead and play that video now.
Shh. It's early in the morning on the U.S. Capitol grounds. They had security and law enforcement is everywhere. Walk with me. Look at this. What is going on? Have you ever seen
Wow.
something like this? The Capitol Police? Man. Everywhere. What's going on? And it's quiet, as if they're waiting for something, expecting something, preparing for something. Look over here. Let's walk over here. Come on, come on. Let's walk over here. Morning. You got all this? What's going on here? Let's go. Let's turn around and look at that. Man, turn around and look at that. Let's go see it. What's going on here? Oh.
Awful calm for something happening.
I'm going to figure it out. I mean, it's as if the entire law enforcement force is here early in the morning. I'll get back to you, okay? I'll get something going on. You got to do some research. I got to see if there's some threats. If there's something big going on in the nation's capital, I'll figure it out. Stand by.
So like I said, we're going to go ahead and go to Washington, D.C. alerts, and we're going to go ahead and look at 4:49 a.m. because something strange happened around that time. This alert says, alert MPD units are investigating a blank in the blank block of blank. Look out for do not take action. Call 911 with event number. Sent to 1st District, parentheses PSA 201-208. Alert DC sent by MPD CAD number reviewer. Even the CAD number is blank, which is odd. Taking a look at the other alerts on this page, you can see nothing else like this. No other alert is blank. You can even see the CAD number on these other alerts. So this one really stands out. What happened at 4:45 in the morning where they are withholding information? Not only is there a heavy police presence on ground, but we also know that there was this police helicopter that was flying over the vicinity of Washington, D.C. as well, making a few circles as if it was tracking something. Before we do get into another individual's video who also experienced something today in Washington, D.C.
I don't want to play too much on that because that'll get me in trouble. That's interesting. Man, I don't know. They were pretty calm for something that happened, though. Yeah, it's a new donut place. That's what I'm wondering. I mean, if there was a crash, man, they're very calm and laughing and smoking and joking. I bet that's interesting. I'll have to look into this some more. The last Halloween thing I ever bought was about 20 years ago, and there's some pointy ears like Mike, like Spock. Yeah, it's on YouTube, Roxanne. Remind me later. I'll send you the link. I don't want to play too much on here because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. Um, I'm watching the video now showing stationary lights over DC early morning. Yeah, it's just what really throws me off is how calm and smoking and joking. I mean, smoking and joking is a military term. When we're sitting back, kicking back, relaxing, smoking and joking. It happened in 3 different locations: DC and North Carolina. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely watch that one. Well, I mean, what was it last week? They had the airspace over Washington D.C. closed. Planes still taking off at the airport. Yeah. I think it was last week that they smoke and mirrors. Possibly. I need to look into it some more. It's really weird how they're just smoking and joking for a crash. That is definitely odd. So back to the deal here. I'll look into it. See, look into it. I'll have to watch it some more. I just don't want to get in trouble on here. So you'll see these here. These are the over in India what they talk about, the spacecraft that their gods fly around on, and you'll notice a lot of their buildings are shaped this way. They got a lot, especially on the tower parts. They're shaped this way. Yeah, yeah, yep. So that's why I wanted to show that real quick, to show the remnants, and this goes back a lot in the the cultures of India, in their buildings. So once again, this is another one. It is still closed at 99,000 feet, but airports are pre-cleared by CIA currently. Okay, I wasn't sure if they still were or not. Love my music in the sun. Oh yeah, it is. India is one of the older cultures, and that's why. And then they still have this stuff steeped into their culture every single day. It's interesting. I mean, and the fact that they keep that so close to them, even to this day, it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing what they do. So that's why I wanted to show that one real quick. I'm not going to drop that down because I'm going to want to watch that video in a little bit. 4:49 a.m. was that missing stuff in there. 4:53 MPD units are investigating an armed robbery. Oh, so I mean it's just business as usual after that. After 4:49. But it's like, yeah, so this is why it's important for us to understand about the history of UFOs and the history of our cultures, because it's like I said, I mean, we've proven here several times. Tibet also, yep, Tibet's another one. I believe Russia, a lot of their stuff is based off of that too. A lot of it is. I believe a lot of if memory serves me correctly, oh my gosh, I forgot what they call the people that guide people up the mountains, the Sherpas. The Sherpas even have stories about them, or no, there's a race of people, of shorter people, not far from them, that doesn't have very much to do with the outside world. I think it's the Sherpas. Well, watch, did you see though? They come to take their shitty clone back. Yeah. Yeah, they had it closed there for a while. William said it's still closed at 99,000. Sorry, and I said, yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, what's your guys' opinion on that? I mean, I don't know how much you guys have researched in the history of UFOs and how it's tied to our culture so much in our way of life. I mean, so many of our stuff is based off of it. It's not even funny. I mean, look at many Native American tribes here in the United States alone have cave paintings and cliff paintings and stuff like this of that type of stuff, or this stuff in their stories, where they come from, their origin stories. I believe it's the Navajo have a lot of it in there as well. The Anasazi, if I remember right. There's a folklore in Tibet of dragons that hunt the Bigfoot there. I need to look into that one, Uncut. I didn't know about that one. Ant people, yeah. You love the Chitty clone twist. I believe it's the Anasazi. Anasaza. Is it Anasaza or Anasazi that the Navajo talk about? And they were a mean race of people that was around for about 300 years, thought they were better than the gods, and thought they were better than everybody else, and tried to enslave all of the Dinesh. And then eventually the Dinesh stood up against them and took them out. But if I remember right, William, correct me if I'm wrong, did Anasaza, they came from the stars, didn't they? If memory serves me correctly. Pierceton Dennett has thousands of documented accounts. His books and videos are stellar. YouTube and Rundle channels. Message me that later on, Robin, so I don't forget that. I believe that'd be interesting. Either or until the people correct us. Yeah. That name kind of sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure on that. If you guys are interested in buying my books or reading them on Kindle, you can go to Amazon.com, look up e.d.testerman. You click my name above my book, it takes you to my author's fan page. If you follow me on there, anytime I release a new book, it will let you know. He shows documents with drawings of the encounters. That's cool. I definitely need to look into that. That's really cool. I guess William still ain't in here. I'm kind of curious if it is. I think it is the Anasazi, and they came from the stars. They were only around for about 300 years. I keep forgetting to use your. I've been binging on his stuff as I have time. That's cool, Richard. Yeah, I need to look into it. I really do. That is definitely intriguing. I like that kind of stuff, and I like the history behind it. That's why I'm very big into it. But it's so many cultures. Oh, thank you, Robin. So many cultures have steeps in with aliens and UFOs and ant people, praying mantises, lizard men, reptilians. I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, maybe new to people who have never believed in it before. He's a great. It sounds like it. I'll take a look at it for sure. I don't know, but I think the Anasazi became absorbed into their own tribes in the area. I was thinking the Dinesh did. The Dinesh, many tribes absorbed into the Dinesh. Or I've got it mixed up. Is it the Dinesh that came from the stars and was around for about 300 years, thought they were better than the gods? I can't remember if it's the Dinesh or the Anasazi, but one of the two one of the two had came down. They were mean. They were cruel. They thought they were better than the gods, better than everybody else. Yes, 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 Uncut. So I was thinking that the Navajo was actually called the Dinesh, but they could have been the Anasazi. I can't remember. It's been a little while. I need to look back into it again. Mesa Verde cliff dwellings of the Anasazi. Yeah, I knew they got absorbed in. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, so that's why I'm trying to go off of memory here. It's studying that kind of culture. I love it. I love it, but it's been about somewhere between 4 and 6 years ago when I last looked into it. So I'm trying to go off everything off the top of my head. But it's one or the other. I can't remember. It's either the Anasazi that were, or the Dinesh, Yuma, Pueblo, Hopi. Yeah, they were all part. They all got absorbed into one big one, and they were known as the oh, I forgot what they're known. But that's how they grew, and they ended up outgrowing this race that was mean and cruel to them, and end up standing up against them. From what I have researched, the Anasazi disappeared without a trace. Then others say they blended into the tribes, and few redheads were in the tribes. Yeah, so it's the Anasazi that came in. I knew they were cruel. I'm trying to remember. There's a Navajo guy that talks about them. I'm trying to remember his name. I'll have to look for his videos again. But he was talking about how a bunch of tribes absorbed into the Dinesh, and the Dinesh stood up against the Anasazi. I've always been fascinated by the people there, but my relatives are Eastern Woodlands. Yeah, see, mine's Cherokee, Comanche, and Lakota, on the Native American side. Navajo traditions. Oh, yes. Yes, I think that is it, Roxanne. I think that is it. Yes. It's been a while since I watched his stuff. I need to go back through and rewatch his stuff. And I love it. I love his content he puts out. Possibly, Robin. I believe the guy I was talking about said that the Dinesh stood up against him. When all the tribes absorbed together, they stood up against the Anasazi, because the Anasazi was cruel to them and thought they were better to gods, and tried to get the Dinesh to worship them instead of the gods. And eventually the Dinesh stood up against them, and that was the end of the Anasazi. Yeah, it's amazing. That stuff is amazing. Yeah, and I love this history stuff. I'm a red-blooded American, by God, and so anything dealing with American history I love. But I also love reading history of other cultures, especially any bloodline that's traced back with mine as well. But I love history. I love it, and there's so much that you can learn from history that we're trying to figure out now. Our ancestors talked about it back then. That's in their stories, it's in their paintings, it's in their carvings. Look, I've said it before. Look at Mesoamerica; they have dinosaurs and humans riding or walking side by side, or humans riding dinosaurs when we weren't supposed to exist together. It seems there's less information to find on the Eastern tribes, makes it hard to know our culture as much as the Western ones. Yeah, you're right. One man said in his videos on YouTube, talked about the Anasazi were cannibals. Yeah, and that he found the evidence, and some researchers say it could have been possible. Yeah, real history. I mean, exactly right, Twisted. Real history. I've always fought against mainstream history. I've always fought against it. The only time I didn't fight against it is if it made some kind of sense. And if I could find history that disproved the mainstream history, And I forgot the mainstream history. Mainstream history is made to is written to make us dumb and made us forget who we are. It's very important to know who we are and where we come from. Well, I mean, you got the red-haired giants, which are the Paiutes, and I believe the Dinesh fought them as well, the red-haired giants. And eventually, the red-haired giants were cannibals. Eventually, they trapped them in Lovelock Cave in Nevada and burnt them alive. And they found the remains of the giants in the fires, and even remains of the native tribes in that area in this cave. And you can see the scorch marks there. That's Lovelock Cave. And that was the red-haired giants. The Anasazi were something a little different. Same, not same. Yeah, I believe the Anasazi was different than the red-haired giants. I could be wrong. I need to look into it some more. I really do. I'd love to get a Navajo on here and talk some about his culture because I love that stuff. Say it's true. Yeah. I need to look up at YouTube videos again on it. He's an elder Navajo, and he loves telling the stories of his people. And man, he's just I love it. Now you want some good listeners too. If you could find that Navajo traditions, it is worth watching his videos. I think there's another guy that does it now. They may have uncut. Yeah. Yeah. Let me hop on my YouTube real quick. I believe there's one I started following, but it just reminded me I haven't gotten a notification from him in a while. The True Origins of the Anasazi is the show that I just found, and this guy is a lot like what I was listening to before, so I need to get caught up on his videos. And his whole thing is Navajo traditional teaching. Truth about turquoise, Navajo teaching. Oh, wait. So it is it's called Navajo Traditional Teachings, I believe is the name. Let me pop on the deal. I want to get the proper name. Navajo Traditional Teachings. Yes, Roxanne. That's why I think they're a little bit different than the red-haired giants. The Anasazi were tall people, but were, as far as I know, not giants, and they were teaching agriculture to other tribes, if I remember. Yeah, and they were cruel. They were cruel to the Dinesh. They tried to get the Dinesh to worship them, saying they were better than the spirits and the gods. And eventually, a bunch of tribes absorbed together into Dinesh, and then rised up against the Anasazi. Raymond Boyle has a series of books on each tribe. Lifeway series, got mine on thrift books, cheap, interesting. Yeah, the Anasazi. I mean, if you want a good research, you're 100% right, Roxanne. Researching Anasazi, it's fun. It is a lot of fun. Like anywhere in the world, there's always been some among the people who do things like that. I think most didn't do it except for a small group among them. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, man, I'll type this. If you get a chance, go to YouTube. This is what you're going to be looking for on YouTube. Isn't there a Boulder in Georgia? I was thinking is pickled. I believe, is that Georgia? Might be. It might be Twisted. Let me pull up YouTube. Oh, I got YouTube here. Never mind. I'll pop this up here so you can get a look at what link you're wanting to look for here. So that there's one. I'm really liking this dude. I haven't got a chance to watch too many of his videos yet. But if you get a chance, man, look him up on YouTube. I really like what he's doing, and he's fitting a lot with what I was listening to a few years ago. But this man is a fountain of information when it deals with the Navajo. We are scared. We are sacred things in some cultures, such as eating an elk heart on the first hunt in order to ensure the life of a good hunt. Yeah, I did that with my deer. Yeah. But is that the one you was thinking of, Roxanne? I just recently stumbled across him. I'm wondering if that was the one that you was talking about. You guys get a chance, look up William Nighthawk on YouTube at William Nighthawk 6630. I love that man to death. He's a good dude. I'll do shows with him quite often. Fountain of information. You will not be let down with the content he puts out. You get a chance. I don't know if DA is going to be on tonight or not. Go to YouTube and look up DX Machina. I don't believe so. He should be coming back from Ohio. Go on YouTube, look up DX Machina. Give DA Roberts a like, subscribe, share, and a follow. He's also a phenomenal author. Go to Amazon, look up D.A.Roberts, and do the same thing on Amazon with his books as you do with mine. Really, really good as well. Where the Anasazi were located, there was nothing except a cave dwellings. Yeah, cut into the mountainsides, and one room went to another. It was basically nothing but desert. A co-host of DX Machina, him and Johnny do have a show called What's Really Out There. He likes to tell you it's DX Machina Light. Really good. If you're looking for some short, quick, really good informational videos, give Robbie Rip Range a like, subscribe, and follow. You won't be let down. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I just recently found him. I'm like, dude, I like this guy. He talks a lot about that one guy I was listening to, a couple of years ago. I like him a lot. We have some mounds, Etowah mounds in the north. Some are just south of Atlanta. Also, we have Eagle Rock. Oh, that's so cool. You've watched him for a couple of years now. Yeah, I really like him. The cryptid huntress herself, Jessica Jones, who was in the chat a little bit ago. She's another really good person. I was on her show last night. We broke a record, done a 3-hour show last night. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch it, go to Jessica's The Cryptid Huntress YouTube channel and give her a like, subscribe, and a follow. We had an amazing show last night. You guys won't be let down. Yeah, if you can remember that, let me know, Twisted. My good friend, which I checked in on him earlier today, Jesus Payon Jr., he's an actor. He was in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Two Guns, Albuquerque. He's been in like 50 movies and TV shows. He's also an author. You go to Amazon, look up Jesus Payon Jr. Look for his book, Baking Bad with Gonzo. The man is awesome. I need to get him on my show again. He's had a lot going on, so I haven't really wanted to mess with him, bother him too much right now. But he seems to be doing okay. So I'll be trying to talk with him about getting him on the show here sometime soon too. He's really good. He doesn't always put a bunch of stuff out, but what he does is really, really good. Yeah, there were some more than likely rare instances of people in awful circumstances that did until they were out of danger, I suppose. Yeah, the big W. It was good, but I fell asleep. Well, thanks, Twisted. Just was at a UFO channel, which won't name, but sure people know they are praising Satan. Oh, no. Never mind. I don't want to know, Woo. It's good to see you, buddy. We had close to 50 mounds on one valley, and TVA flooded it. Oh, that sounds so familiar with stuff that happens. There's actually mounds all over the world. There really is. Or all over the U.S. Well, the world, period. A lot of them are tied to giants, like giants. That's their burial mounds. If you're looking for a good handcrafted knife, go to see Ken Brock. Ken Brock block blah 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 blah. Ken Brock Blade or Brock Blades. Ken is a former law enforcement. He hand forges every single one of his knives. If you buy two of the same knives, you will not get one that's the same. He's like Dark Angel. You pay for what you get. So you're going to pay a little bit of money for his knives, but they're some of the best hand forged knives you can get on the market. If you're around the Springfield, Missouri area and you're looking for a good motorcycle mechanic, go see my buddy Peanut at Nuts and Bolts Harley Shop. He is a wizard when it comes to motorcycles. Go in there, have him work on your bike, let him know I said hi. TVA said it was to keep Chattanooga from flooding when the Tennessee River was running. Yeah, that's what it was. You're picking on me, Roxanne. We're going to go ahead and start winding down. I've got a poem that I've written that I like to read at the end of this show. To all my subscribers, new and my OGs, thank you so much. I'm truly blessed and humbled that you guys come and watch me on my show. You guys give a big hand to Roxanne. She's an awesome moderator I have. So is William. You know, I am truly blessed to have these two helping me out when I'm doing this stuff. So everybody give a hand to Roxanne and William. Yeah, we have a lake here named Lake Lanier, man-made. Town is under. Yeah, same as Table Rock. One mound that was revealed when we had a major drought once, and there's pictures. Awesome. You're welcome, Roxanne. You are a rock star. I'm very grateful for you. So the poem I like to read, what I made, it goes like this: there comes a time when the warrior falls. They leave this realm and will be missed by all. Missed by all. Raise a glass and keep them in your heart. They have kept this realm safe and performed their part. Look to your veterans, your active duty, your EMTs, and the blue line. What they do or have done was walk that fine line. When the demon comes calling on your soul, they will be there to save us all. Hold them in your prayers, for they are deserving. They all have served or are serving. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for the comments. We had a fantastic time. I've always loved having you guys in my comments and your interactions. So until next time, you guys, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And stay safe out there.